Usahay, magadamgu ako. That's the very first line of the song Usahay. Usahay is a very famous song in Visayan language. In English, it means sometimes. It is an all-time favorite in videoke bars and amateur singing contests. And of course, very popular among millions of Filipinos in Visayas and Mindanao. Usahay was written by Gregorio Labja for Noemi Raimundo Ortega in 1950s. Then he was the band leader of Harvard colleges, and Noemi was a majorette at the Davao Central Institute. Suitors and admirers, Noemi had so many, among them captains and crew members of boats that docked in Santa Ana Wharf in Davao. But it was the musician Greg who won her heart, and they got married and had 10 children. For about 60 years, the song was credited to a certain Ntoy Gonzalez of Cebu. But a ruling by the Supreme Court in 2010 recognized Gregorio as the composer of the song. Unfortunately, Mr. Labja died in 1991 without having been recognized as the composer. For more details about the historical background of the song, click the link given in the description box. The song has been immortalized by Lenny Alano, Susan Fuentes, Pilito Corrales, Dulce, Vina Morales, Aegis, South Border, Gary Granada, and many more. But this tutorial is based on the version of Susan Fuentes. Usahay is a simple love song, but you will have to learn 12 chords that belong to 6 types of chords. And these types are major, minor, dominant 7th, diminished, augmented, and minor plus major 7th types of chords. Most popular songs are built around the 3 most used types of chords, and these are major, minor, and dominant 7th types of chords. But the inclusion of augmented, diminished, and minor plus major 7th types of chords makes the song timeless. So without any further delay, let's learn those chords. But before I discuss with you the chords, let's review first the parts of the ukulele that I'll be mentioning during the discussion. The ukulele has 4 strings, and this is the first, second, third, and fourth strings. So the first string, second string, third, and fourth. And these spaces are called frets. This is the first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, and so on. If you want to learn more about the parts of the ukulele, click this link for that lesson. And the ukulele must be tuned to standard tuning. That means the fourth string is tuned to G, third string to C, second string to E, and the first string to A. The first chord to be played is F major. Index finger on the second string at first fret, middle finger on the fourth string at second fret. The first and the third strings are left open. By the way, if you are not familiar at reading chord diagrams, click this link for that lesson. Next chord is the diminished type of chord, which is A diminished. Index finger on the fourth string at second fret, middle finger on the second string at second fret, ring finger on the third string at third fret, and pinky or small finger on the first string at third fret. And then we have C major. You have your middle finger on the first string at third fret. And then we have B flat major. You have your index finger laid across all 4 strings, middle finger on the third string at second fret, and ring finger on the fourth string at third fret. And then you have A major. Index finger on the third string at first fret, middle finger on the fourth string at second fret. The first and second strings are left open. Then we have D minor, index finger on the second string at first fret, middle finger on the fourth string at second fret, and ring finger on the third string at second fret. The first string is open. G major, index finger on the third string at second fret, middle finger on the first string at second fret, and ring finger on the second string at third fret. The next chord belongs to augmented type of chord, G augmented. Index finger on the first string at second fret, middle finger on the third string at third fret, middle finger on the second string at third fret, and you have your pinky on the fourth string at fourth fret. And the next chord belongs to minor plus major seventh type of chord, D minor plus major seventh. You have your index finger on the third string at first fret, middle finger on the second string at first fret, and ring finger on the fourth string at second fret. The first string is left open. Then we have G dominant seventh, index finger on the second string at first fret, middle finger on the third string at second fret, ring finger on the first string at second fret. The fourth string is left open. Then C dominant seventh, just your index finger on the first string at first fret. The other three strings are left open. And finally, we have F minor, index finger on the fourth string at first fret, middle finger on the second string at first fret, and your pinky on the first string at third fret. Now, let's talk about the playing time of the chords. The song is written in 3/4 time signature, so there are 3 beats in every measure. So you have to count up to 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Most of the chords are to be played for 1 measure, except for C major, which is to be played for 5 measures at the beginning of each verse. And we have C major on the last 2 measures of the song. And there are 3 measures where you have 2 chords in each measure. 2 of these 3 measures have C and B flat major. And the other measure has F and G major. Now, the strumming patterns for the right hand. For this tutorial, I'm suggesting 2 patterns. The first one is a single downstroke over a chord, and it is applied at 3 different places. The first one is for the last chord of the intro, which is G augmented, and this is the shape of G augmented. It's just a downstroke for G augmented right at count 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and... The next one is for the split measure that has F major and G major. 1 downstroke for each chord. A downstroke for F major right at count 1, and a downstroke for G major right at count 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and... And the third is on the last measure of the song. A downstroke for C major right at count 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and... And for the main pattern, as shown, which will be applied for the rest of the chords. You see a downstroke right at count 1. It's followed by another downstroke, which is the second stroke right at count 2. The third stroke is an upstroke between counts 2 and 3, and that happens when you say N. And the last stroke is a downstroke right at count 3. So I suggest that you make yourself comfortable at 8-note counting. So you have to practice 8-note counting first, and at a slow tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then you apply the corresponding strokes. So for example, for C major chord, as you say 1, that's when you do a downstroke. And as you get to count 2, another downstroke. And when you say and, that is after 2 and before 3, you have an upstroke. And right at count 3, a downstroke. So at a slow tempo, 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 you have to practice for several times, and when you get comfortable, you may be able to play it at a faster tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... At the end of this tutorial are end screens. One of the end screen is a link to a set of my collections of ukulele chords and lyrics of some songs. I hope you find this tutorial helpful, and if it is, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and also share this tutorial so that others would be able to learn the song. And for the demonstration, click this card. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to be notified automatically for new uploads. Thank you for watching.